some people they wanna smite the rock twice. You know, they wanna smite the rock twice. And it's speaking on a video from the Rastafari sabbatical, racism report, Africans in Israel. I think every person should check this out, every human being. Because when you think about it, it's like they wanna smite the rock twice. But once it's not to be repeated again. And folks be pulling that nowadays. It's like it's kind of like like jumping in the water. Like they want to test the water. That's why so much is happening. They want to test the water, and you keep testing that water, and then there's that catastrophe. You know what I mean? Or someone, you might get burned or something. But it's you want to play with the fire. When it's sifting out, Look in this whole situation, how watching this vid, there's a brother, man, who just came out, this brother. And I had left a comment on this video right here. But I want to give give congrats, or a thank you to the one who actually did this video, because the guy that's actually basically filming this video, it really seems as though he really cares about this situation. And this is the brother that Jah just comes out, if you listen to the brother, man. And you can just watch the way he's moving. I mean, these are people. These are our people, man. These are our brethren. And see, Jah came out because he's defending himself. That brother stood up, he's defending himself. But there's one part that's even, is even deeper than that with a brother. He really goes off. And he says something that's so real. The brother said something so real. He was speaking in the Hebrew to them. Kind of way they speak Hebrew with a lot of the V sound, even though there's, originally in the Hebrew there's not that V sound, right? But there's that B sound. And it's not trying to discriminate against anybody else. I'm just speaking it like it is, just telling the truth. Even with the comment I left, how I basically said that you have the children of Israel, who originally as the Ethiopians, So that means that the original Israelites are Ethiopians, right? So if the original Israelites are Ethiopians, then why would they be being treated like this? What's going on? Because if the state of Israel, basically what we're saying in truthfulness is that the state of Israel, basically they collect monies for being Israel. Do you understand that? I mean, do our people understand that? And also in this film, the individual who's doing the film, he basically says that see, in the higher offices like Netanyahu and them, so in the higher government offices, they speak in a different way to show that the African man or the Ethiopians are a threat. They speak in like a different type of term, the way they speak about it in the offices. You understand? Now, what I'm trying to say is that you can say you don't see this situation going on among many other situations where basically Ethiopians all over the world are being persecuted like this. in different form. Here we go right here, man. Here we go right here. Now watch the brother. That Jah comes right out the brother right here. Watch how Yahweh Eloheinu, Yah Abatachin Hoy. Abatachin comes out of our Wyndham right here, our brethren, because see, he put himself on the front line. You didn't really see no other brothers speaking. I'm not saying that there ain't others out there in Israel speaking, but the ones who were up front, and there was a brother on the Facebook who put a real, and before we see this, before they get to it, there was a brother on the Facebook, and pay attention to a lot of the sayings that are said. Okay, we have, we are the soldiers of, what it says, Bat Yam for the Jews. You understand? It says we are the soldiers for the Jews. And what I basically see is we are the soldiers, the Jews. That's what I see. You understand what I mean? And who are the Jews? Who are the Jews? The Ihud, the Yehuda, you know what I mean? The praises of Elyon, or the praises of the praises of Yahweh Eloheinu. Our Ayla, our HAYA, our strength and our power. In the name of Jesus Christos, and the Gedamawi Haile Selassie, our King of Kings. Right? Who are the Ihud? Now, another thing that's really interesting is that our people all over the world right now are going through this type of persecution. But what I want to show here, so it doesn't seem like one is just trying to start a conversation or something for no reason. I want my people, the Ethiopians, or whatever you may call yourself, black people of the world, and black and brown, my black and brown and green and yellow and red people, whatever you may call yourselves all over the world, this type of steps, these type of steps that are taken by individuals who are empowered by certain, demoniac or spiritual powers going around feeding off of the ignorant. Because some of these people here, and if not probably all of these people, most of these people, and even in America and all over the world, most people claim to be good Christians, or what they call good Christians, but yet they can't even admit in something like Yehoshua HaMashiach being a black man, and then they try to take away the status of the King of Kings, Gedamawi Haile Selassie. Now, what I'm trying to say is that a brotherhood that would be formed, you understand, what they call Armageddon, is that the people that you're basically fighting in this video, okay, or that the people on this video who these ones right here are marching against. Okay, now there's another thing that I want to say too. There was brothers and sisters at the end of this film who were of Jewish descent, who stood up for the asylums, or the Africans of the asylums of this film. This is a very, very important film that our people should watch all over the world, so you can pay attention, right, to the spirit of the Ethiopian people in suffering, the tribulation. Now, you remember that you should understand that Hebrews, the H3068, you understand? Go look that up, H3068. It's going to tell you, it's going to say Jah, the most vehement. Jah, the most vehement. In fact, I'll make sure we got that right before this is filmed. I'll make sure that that's the right number. But this is a message to my family. That I want you to understand the type of demoniac activity that is out there trying to grasp the souls or the spirits of those around them, to try to start a gathering, a congregation. They want to try to start a congregation, a Edda, or is it a now Megeli is not the one I want to use for this. That's for the Kahin or the Kohen, the priest. The Megeli the Kahin, the priest, the Megeli, the ministry of Jerusalem, the Megeli, and the Amarini, Bamarini, and Amahari. But what we're trying to say here is that we're paying attention to the radiations that are being thrown out. And what we're noticing is there's some real weak minds basically absorbing these type of frequencies that cause these type of gatherings. You understand? Outside. Now, what we call them, these gatherings are called, they're anti-gatherings. They're anti-gatherings. Now, really anti-Christos gatherings, when you're gathering against the so-called Africans or the asylums. You want to gather against the people who are at the bottom already trying to climb to the top. You want to kick them down. These people are living and sleeping on the street. It's like if someone was almost like saying are people insane in a way. It's like if we all gather together. It's like if people gather together and gather all the people together and decided to go to the poorest places or communities in their cities and basically form a march on them for being poor. Because this is basically what this is. You understand? And then there's that racial demonic hate. Because it's a demoniac's tool. It's a serious demonic tool. Racism is so deep. But what we're going to watch is how Jah comes out of, or Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Ahad, Baruch Egezia Behere, Reina Anye. Reina Aye. Yemiyasatan, Im Yalim, Yemiyasatan, Im Yelim, and Belemi. That's Psalms 23 in Amharic. I was, excuse Yerkerta for a little bit of fumbling, the beginning of the quote there, but our shepherd, Jah, our shepherd, that shepherd, really, that one shepherd, Yahweh Eloheinu, Abba, the Father, our Father, Jah, our Father, our King of Kings, Gedamawi Haile Selassie, but let's watch how Jah comes out of the brother. See how Jah, and what you have to really pay close attention to is some of the things that are said. Now, see, the thing is interesting is that what we have to understand is that we're not racist. We have to recognize who our brothers and sisters are, and then we have to recognize who our enemies are, who our real enemies are, who our brothers and sisters are, and then who our brothers and sisters are who are being misled, who may need to hear the truth of the message. So then they will return to their right mind, or they won't befall that second death. You understand? Or they won't befall, they won't die, or they won't perish unawake, sleep, dead. They'll live, Kaya, Kaya, and like they say in the Hebrew, they'll live, or life, they'll be refreshed, or the nefesh will be restored. Nefesh, Memphis. Baruch Yikarta, hold on, please. Wait. So let's hear how Jah comes out of, our family, our brother. Now look at this. This is something I want you to pay attention to. You see how they're touching him, putting their hands out, pushing him and trying to. Right now, how many of them is it than this brother right here, man? Now this part of this video is at 30 minutes in, 18 seconds. Please watch this. I have to go back twice because he was so real, right? What do you say? We do the kata, can we get a little mata? He said, something similar to that. It was just real, like Yahweh came out of it. Watch how he says it. I just want you to watch how he says it. Watch the spirit and the poetry and our Ethiopian Hebrew brethren. So I pay attention to spiritual poetry and our Ethiopian Hebrew brethren. I was having a conversation with some of my old old what you call old hood members, old hood partners I used to kick it with. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't want to call, say some certain type names, but some old hood partners I used to kick it with, and one of them said, man, why can't you just, because they know I is real serious individual with what I do. My peoples, they show me love because they know I really do care about my people. They know I and I really does care. I and I really does care. So we were having a conversation, and one goes, we talking about, one was talking about, Islamism, and then the eye started talking about, we got into Rastafari, and that's when, the eye lit up. Basically, the eye was like, Aharon, my lamp lit up when that was said, you know what I'm saying? And I lighted the menorah, yours. And basically, I and I was saying that, listen, Aaliyah, be quiet and turn off that light. Basically, one said that why can't you just accept that things are the way they are, because I was talking about basically one's standing up for their rights, because every brother I was speaking to that they all have felonies and trying to survive, barely even, just brothers getting, they getting by. Whatever they're doing to get there is more than likely. We don't know what they have to do it. They're in a situation, and it seems that a lot of us are in these situations all over the world. And for these brothers and sisters over here sleeping on the street, and I know the situation because I'm going through it too with you. But the interesting thing is that we have to pay attention and take notice to all of what I and I are going through, because we are one, right? You need to wake up. It's Rastafari is the truth. Get into your scriptures. Know your scriptures. Know yourself. Study the truth. Be real about it. Don't play around. Why you want to play around with Babylon, and why you want to play games? Because you know what? You keep playing games, and then it's gonna happen to you. A lot of things that's happening. The eyes already. We're trying to warn ones, and ones don't want to listen. Ones don't want to listen, and then when the situation comes around and it happens to them, and then ones is going, they're gonna rethink what that one Isreal or what that one brethren was trying to speak to you about when he was trying to tell you, listen, look what's going on. Pay attention to your brother, because he just like I and I prophet over brethren Wyndham Yada Beruku, blessed be he, in Jana, in the name of Jesus Christo, in the Keramawi HAYA Selassie Shalom Salah, and he basically was speaking on how, I remember I was watching one of the hydrants over vids the other day, because sometimes I just go over them and meditate and just think and just really think deeply, and give I and I some encouragement, and I might inspire I and I to write on a whole new subject or to a whole new presentation. I'm thankful for any of the brethren's videos, all the brethren's videos, and especially Raz I known as Teferi, especially those of you who are very serious, who are serious what you're about. Who are about what you are about, and you're serious about it. You understand? Rastafari. You understand? Jehovah's stand. But basically, he was saying how if this was another people, basically like this was, the white man, the white people, and they were being suppressed and kicked down by, being suppressed by black folks and brown peoples and things like that, and all over the world, and their land was taken from them, and they became slaves and was stock marketing. Do you think that they would be doing what we are doing? You think they would be like ones like not caring about what's going on? Oh, it's that it is like it is, or that's the way it is. We understand it is who it is. It is who it is. It's Yahweh Elohim. And he says, no, it's not like that. And for if you reject knowledge, I shall reject you. And that he is, and it is what it is, said that. So stop saying it is what it is, because what you're doing is you're taking our righteous propaganda and using it for something negative. Talking about you just sitting up doing the same old shit because you don't fucking care. And I don't fuck with niggas like that. I don't fuck with nobody like that. Don't even play with me. I don't play at all. I'm serious. You understand? You were speaking about what my people are going through, and watching this film really You know, watching these films and seeing things going on around the world and what certain ones are saying is really touching the eye of spirit. Ones are starting to uplift or arise or ascend to Allah, or Allah ascend, or even ruin and exalt in some form or fashion. You know, Allah, you know. Because the thing is that you see what I'm saying, you don't care. We're going to keep going through this I don't care shit. You know, we don't care, so let these motherfuckers do what they doing. Why can't you just, because one brother told me, why can't you just accept the things are the way they are, man? And that's just what it is, man. You can't change this world and all that, you know. But yet, you know, when the situation happens to them, one of y'all end up in jail for some shit, and, you know, the I was sitting up here trying to talk about your Universal Declaration of Human Rights and your human rights and how, again, Maui, HAYA, Beruku, established a government and a nation, you understand, and set it right, came back, which was, that was the second coming, and I hope, if you missed that, I don't know what you waiting for, you understand, because he already came, and came back and basically set a ground for a perfect nation, a perfect world, a perfect nation, a perfect new world order that one way or another is going to get carried out anyway, or the true new world order. You know what ones will say, because they hear new world order and they get scared. You know what I mean? Like, because see, that's called lack of knowledge. You know, when one gets fearful, because remember, Jah didn't put fear in you. I didn't put it in you to be scared. I mean, reverence, respect me, yes, of course, naturally, subconsciously, we fear Jah. Even ones who say, oh, I don't believe in God, they subconsciously, they fear him. They fear him. They fear him. Either way, even ones say, I'm atheist, you don't believe in Jah. You know what, you know. You understand? You know there's something out there. You know. And a lot of them y'all may think, but they don't fumble over their boundary. You know, even though you may feel like so, but really they don't. You understand? But a lot of what I notice is what really it gets done now, more likely is what we let get done, really. You know, you letting yourself get stepped on. Because you're watching your brother get stepped on, and you saying you don't care. And you basically turning your face, oh, he must have did something to get stepped on, you know, whatever. And we'll seek it out, see what's going on, because what if it was you? What if it was your son? What if it was your daughter sleeping on the street, on blankets? You understand? Getting kicked out, getting their water taken up high, and their rent and electricity taken up all high on purpose. You better. And folks talking, oh, they don't do that for racial reasons. Really? Really? Is that so? What do you call it? I don't care for what reason it's done for. Is it righteous or is it wrong? It's either the right way or the wrong way. And that's in spirit and truth. You know what I'm saying? In the name of who you call Jesus Christ. And who we call Jesus or Yehoshua or HaMashiach. So that's like the spirit of Jah come out this one brother. Now, this is a protest, if you notice, they're doing a protest. And it's a giant protest, and, you know, folks they're marching. Now, this is one brother. Now, like I say, now look how they put their hands. They got to put their hands all on them and everything, you know, look, just pay attention to that. Let's look at that. Pay attention to that, man. Look at that. Look at it, you know, got to push all on him, you know, touch his head. And all. You know why they're touching him, don't you? Huh? Because they know that Jah is in him, so they wanted to feel some of that power. You remember when the lady went and she fell down and she touched the Jesus cloak, like not his cloak, excuse I, but she touched basically his garment. She touched his garment, you know, Jesus and Kadus, his robe or what he was wearing. You understand? And she basically touched it, and he felt how she had basically she had so much faith. He felt how she had took some of his power, like, you know, like he was like, whoa, he really felt that, and he turned around, and he knew, because that woman, all she wanted to do, she knew if she just touched a piece of him, she would be cured. You understand? Pay attention to the things that happen around you. You think every little thing is very important, even to Jah, to Yahweh, Yah, Elohim. You may say to you, no. Oh, no, it's not to me. But to every small detail of everything going on with us, is very much so important. And human beings on the face of this planet. You understand? That's why in the scripture it says that even the lowliest of human beings can have a soul. You understand? Even they can have a soul. You know what I mean? Because it's that serious to Elohim, to Yahweh, Ha, Beruku, our God, Eloheka, your God. You know? If he is your God, I hope. You know, look at this. You know what I'm saying? They got to push him. And I mean, look how many. He's outnumbered, obviously, right? He's in the middle of their circle. But watch how Yahweh come out of him. You know, that's us. That's our brother. Look at this now. Look. Huh? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Run that back one more time. Run that back one more time. We got to run that back one more time. Hold on. Wait a minute. I like that right there. That's might make I might make a song or something out of that. For real, I ain't playing. Kara, huh? Look, what, huh? Huh? You know, pay attention. Hold on, one more time. Probably some y'all hating out there. Don't hate. It's real like that. It's real like that. Why you do it? Don't hate. Ain't no reason to be. You don't hate on your brother. You don't hate on your family. Now he said something real important right here. There was some. He said, see, so basically he said, and what they're translating it out is that he's saying basically we get the shit jobs, can't we at least get a little something? But see, if you notice the way he said that, he said it like an Ethiopian. So the only person that could explain that to you is the Ihud or the Yehuda or an Ethiopian could explain it to you what he said poetically or spiritually what he was saying. Now why is that? Why is that? Because remember, salvation is of the Jews. Remember, the salvation is of the Jews. You understand? Who are the Jews? The Jews are the Ethiopians. The Jews are the Ethiopians. You know what I'm saying? The Jews are the Ethiopians. And I personally am an Ihud. You know? So, let's run that. They all touching all on them, trying to get some of the power and oppressing. And, you know, look at this. And look, so he said no. He says, why? Now, see, who said something about my looking? It says, someone goes, don't want my daughter to marry you, right? Someone says, like, as if, you know, the eyes of ones was trying to, you know, there was nothing, even no one said anything about a daughter wanting to marry anybody. There's probably something in that, though. You know, there's something deep about that. What's that about right there? I don't want my daughter to marry. He wasn't even talking about his daughter. He was talking about basically that we got the shitty jobs, we had a shitty end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Can't we get a little something? You know, don't we deserve to get a little something? You know what I mean? We at the bottom, we working hard, don't we deserve to get a little something? And someone said something about, you know, and then he basically said that didn't Israel want to move to Uganda? Wait a minute, what? Wait, hold on. Israel wanted to move into Uganda? Oh, okay. So that's what that's about. Why would they want to move into Uganda? What is that about? Now, the eye is running out of time now, so, you know, I want to say shalom and Rastafari, or Rastafari, however you may see, you understand, however you may re'eh, and Baruch, in the name of Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Ahad, Baruchu, Egazia Behir. You know, Abba touching, basically. Abba, in the name of Abba. You know, like one brother, he did say something that was smart last night. Even though he wasn't Rastafari, he said something real. He said, I call him, he's my daddy. I call him daddy, but we you know, I prefer to say Abba. I prefer to say Abba touching. So Baruch, you know, Beruku one, Rastafari. Love you all, and shalom, Rastafari.